Here we have a new 2025 Ford Ranger. This one is a Raptor. This color is desert sand. And then we have ebony leather trimmed interior. For the powertrain, we get a 3-liter EcoBoost V6. Made it to a 10-speed automatic transmission. So tons of power there. To the front end here, we do get our LED headlamps along with LED daytime running lights and LED fog lights. I didn't turn the fog lights on, but I love how this looks just like a Bronco Raptor, just like an F-150 Raptor in terms of having that wider stance and that super aggressive look there. These wheels are pretty sweet. These are optional 17-inch beadlock wheels, which really just give it that more aggressive stance there. Now we have power door lock controls, memory seat function, and then we have one-touch up and down windows for the front, regular power windows for the back, power mirror controls. Those do fold in, and they have blind spot monitors as well. And then we have our rear window lock right there. Sorry, the floor's a little dirty in here, but headlamp controls, bed lamp. We have a manual tilt as well as telescoping steering wheel. And then here's our power driver seat. We get two-way power lumbar support there, but I love the interior design here. This looks so nice. The leather feels fantastic. And then we either have some like suede or Alcantara here on the sides, which just make this seat look so cool. But huge thanks to Ford of Franklin for allowing me to review this Ranger Raptor today. I'll leave a link below in the description. But if you're looking to find the best price on one of these closer to home, click on that second link down below. It takes just a minute to fill out your information. I'll make sure the local dealers are fighting to get you the best price on this or whatever new vehicle you might be interested in. Now this seat does not move. But let's see how I fit back here sitting behind myself, 6'3" with longer legs. So not terrible. I will say that I'm actually surprised because of these bigger, bulkier seats that the space in here is, in my opinion, better than the Canyon, better than the Colorado, better than the Tacoma. So I'm not actually used to having this much space in a mid-size pickup, but very impressed. Middle seat folds down, bottle holders are there. And then down here, these all-weather floor mats need to be put in, so I apologize, they're in the way, but there's a 3-prong 120-volt household plug-in down there, and then a USB-C and a USB-A charge port there. Storage space in there. But let's go ahead and make our way towards the back because it's more spacious than I'm used to back here, but it's still kind of a tight squeeze for me. And there is our fuel filler there. And surprised that you don't necessarily have to put in premium for the maximum performance. I'm sure that would help, but it's not recommended on the gas cap there. Now, LED tail lamps in the back, they don't flash like that. That's just how my camera's picking them up, but love that design there. I did a cold start video on this, and the exhaust was actually very menacing when I first started it up. Spray on bed liner. Then we do get another 120-volt plug-in back here, which is nice. Quick look underneath the truck. There's a spare tire there. And then for those of you that are interested in the suspension specs, take a quick look there, kind of see what's going on. And then to the window sticker, y'all can pause anywhere you need to take a closer look at anything. I'm gonna try and show it without the glare. But this one stickers for $59,480. And there are your specs there. And then if you're interested in the parts content, there it is. Now impressed here, front passenger seats also power with two-way power lumbar support. Storage pocket here, top cubby here, lockable glove compartment down there. And again, very impressed just with the trim, and I love the orange throughout. think I forgot to pop the hood. So just gonna take a quick look in there. So there's that 3-liter twin turbocharged V6. Let's go ahead and hop in the driver's seat. So love the leather wrap steering wheel. Feels very nice, and love the perforation on the sides. There's a horn there. Quick run through of the radio. If I can get out of the screen here. So we have our AM, FM, as well as XM radio. That's in here. Bluetooth, navigation system. Then we also have a trailering menu as well. If you ever want to use that, you can add a trailer, whatever. And then in your controls here, you can balance out that sound system, connect your phones. In your driver assistance screen here, you can adjust your cruise control from adaptive to normal, the lane keeping system. General settings in here, you can adjust your tire pressure, measurement, language. And then you have a few vehicle settings right in there. Now, let me just point this out. I am so glad that they put these buttons down here. This is critical, I think. And this is the way I think a lot of vehicles should be done, because so many people complain about it. But if you don't like using the screen, you can literally use your buttons down below, cut the whole system on or off. Your volume knob's right there in the middle, but you have dual zone climate controls. You can set the auto there, AC, and then you have your 3-stage heated seats for the front. Your heated steering wheel is right there. You can turn that on or off. But again, very impressed that we have the fan speed buttons and the temperature buttons down here. Now, to do fan direction, you still have to go into this screen here, but not really a huge deal for me. Backup cameras there. You do get the bird's eye view too. Guidelines follow you as you turn the steering wheel. Hazards, wireless charging pad, USB-C, USB-A port. And I also love this shifter here. So you grab the button up top and you pull reverse neutral drive, and then you have the manual mode here. And once you put in manual mode, literally paddle shifters behind the steering wheel, which feel fantastic. So you get a true manual mode there. Electronic parking brake, pull up to engage, hit the brake, press down and disengage. Full 4-wheel drive, high, low, 2-wheel, then your 4-wheel automatic. And you can go through your drive modes here, and they'll show you what mode you're in on the screen. So you get your tow haul, slippery, sport, normal, off-road, your Baja, and rock crawl. And then auto stop toggle, traction control, your parking sensors, you can pull that up there and then adjust those on the screen, and then hit this button and you actually get this front camera view. You can see your tire pressure. So for legit off-roading, you can kind of see what's going on there with the front camera. Center console cubby space with a 12-volt removable tray there. Look at the back from up here. 6 aux switches, sunglasses holder, there's your lights there, and we do get a power sliding rear window, garage door transmitter, vanity mirror there. Now back to the front, blinkers, high beams, and then we have our automatic wipers, which is nice. So one time off, auto, low, high. We can adjust that auto sensitivity here, then pull up here for that front wiper fluid. And then back to the steering wheel itself, adaptive cruise. You can set the gap here, adjust speed, cancel, resume, limiter, lane keeping system, volume down, volume up, voice recognition. And then we have our track list, radio station presets, which can be toggled here. And then when you're in your Bluetooth phone settings, you're gonna use these as those buttons there to answer or hang up. And then this is for our exhaust. So we get quiet, normal, sport, Baja. I'm gonna leave it in sport because I wanna hear that sound, but The Baja is crazy. You can set up your mod mode here with that R. Suspension damper, you can adjust that there. Set that to sport as well. The steering, I'm also gonna set to sport, but you get normal, comfort, and sport. And then we can use this to go through the middle part of the gauge cluster here. And then we can use this to go through our sub menus. But trailer brake controllers here. And push button start, interesting place. I always forget it's there. And then finally, here's our key fob with remote start, excuse me. But now for the fun part. Let's go ahead and take this 2025 Ford Ranger Raptor out on the road for a test drive. So starting the test drive in this Ranger Raptor, acceleration is fantastic, just a super quick truck. And the sound is so good too. Now what I've noticed is the dampers actually do make a difference right off the bat. I had the damper set to sport at first because that's how I was gonna do the drive, but it was very rocky. And the normal mode is a tad better. It's still not a smooth driving truck as you would expect when I drive the F-150 Raptors, especially when I drive the Bronco Raptors. You get that rough, rugged ride quality that you expect with something that has a suspension like this, tires like this, and just an overall setup like this. So as a daily driver, especially around turns, might make you a little sick, but me personally, it wouldn't bother me that much. But it is something that a lot of people that are concerned about ride quality and things of that nature. You don't want a Colorado ZR2, you don't want a Ranger Raptor, you don't want a Trail Hunter Tacoma or whatever the off-road variant is of that, because that's how these things tend to ride. They're meant for Baja, they're meant for off-roading, they're meant to be fun. They're not necessarily meant to be a commuter car, which you can still use them for that, but again, you might get tired of the ride sooner than you'd expect. Now with how quick this thing is, I guess I've been in sport. It's just impressive how you're still able to get 16 miles per gallon city, 18 highway, because you're getting pretty much that with a base model truck, especially in terms of city fuel economy. Now highway, you're losing a little bit there, but most people aren't going to be using this to go cross country, so you're not going to suffer there as much as you would expect in terms of the fuel economy overall. But again, even in the normal suspension settings, the sport suspension with the dampers on or off, you're gonna have those issues in terms of the ride quality. But not really a big issue again for me. But I wanted to have this thing in sport mode because that's how most people are gonna drive these. That's why you get these trucks. And I just love the sound of the exhaust. I love the sound of the engine. It's just so much fun to drive this. Gonna give it a little pull here. Wow. I mean, this thing is quick, very quick. That was impressive. Let's try the paddle shifters out. Yeah, that's what the 3-liter EcoBoost does, man. That is nice. Now I want to give one more thanks to Ford of Franklin for allowing me to review this truck today. I'll leave a link below in the description. But if you're looking to find the best price on one of these closer to home, click on that second link down below. Takes just a minute to fill out your information, and I'll make sure the local dealers are fighting to get you the best price on this or whatever new truck you might be interested in. But road noise a little prevalent, obviously, with these off-road tires. Wind noise, not the best, but not awful. But I mean, this is just such a fun truck. It's fast, it handles, it's just amazing. But for $60,000, I think a pretty good option in the mid-size off-road truck game. So with all that being said, this is gonna bring me to the end of my review of this 2025 Ford Ranger Raptor.